Welcome, cup lovers, to What's in Your Cup, another edition of What's in Your Cup. I'm Trinika, this is Portia, this is Willie, and we have a very special guest today. Her name is Pastor Nicky Collins. She's an author, she's a TV personality, and it's called
Like
the Now. She also just newly released her book called 30 Days to Change. Her first book was called Discovering You. So I just wanted to welcome you to What's in Your Cup.
Pastor Nicky. Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm so excited about being here.
Yay, we're glad to have you.
Yes, we're very excited for this topic today. Now, this topic here, it hits home for me.
Let me clear my
I know. This topic is called Power Struggle. And we're going to really dive into submission. Understanding submission. Because, go ahead, Willie.
Well.
Yeah, let's start with you.
Here we go. So let's first of all, let's understand the definition of submission. It's when I voluntarily might surrender doing the things I naturally do in a relationship for the benefit of you.
Oh, compromising.
Yeah, compromising. So
okay.
That's the calmer.
Okay, that's the nice word.
That's the nice word, submission.
Okay, so basically, like what voluntary, like out of respect, and honor and hard work, trying to please that other person.
Right.
So it's not just one person asking you something; it's a consensual thing. So you both have agreed that this is how we're going to submit to each other, or be in this relationship, or okay.
Yeah, I like that one better. Like yes. So when we think about that, a lot of women really have a hard time with that word in itself. And, we can be a little candid. I kind of had a hard time with that word.
Kind of.
I did.
Did or do?
No, I had revelation on that word. And, God really helped me understand what submission was all about. And I know with Pastor Nicky here, she probably can give us some more insight because she is a pastor and her husband is a pastor as well. And they have the church HD Church.
Yes. HD Church.
So tell her that word in Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, higher dimensions, right?
Yes, higher dimension. But submission, the subject is so I would say, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
It can be tricky, but it's good. It's a good thing. And with me, my experience from submission, it started out bad because I didn't understand what it was. I saw my mom being submissive to my stepfather, and all I saw was her working, cooking, cleaning, and he was just kind of sitting back.
Like a maid.
So I'm like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
Right.
Because that's all I saw was the negative, connotation of the word.
Right.
That's all I saw. Mm-hmm. But, growing and going through life myself, I started experiencing some things, especially once I got saved and invited the Lord into my life. So, that kind of changed. And I got some teaching on submission.
Okay.
So it kind of changed my perspective on that. Now, so I have a different perspective. Y'all want to hear what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious.
First of all, when you think about submission, you think about being under something.
Yes.
Sub,
Right.
And you have to be very careful what you submit to, because it can be good and in some ways it can be bad. But as a believer, you submit to God first. If you submit to God first, then situations doesn't change your submission.
Right.
So if he's mean today, that I'm not gonna cook, or I'm just gonna go off, or I'm gonna change my. See,
I'm the rebellious wife.
Yeah, me too.
But I had to learn that because I went through some things, and as you said, I went through a pretty rough marriage, and
not
in
this
the past,
marriage.
and when I tell you the whole thing about submitting it was always in the back of my mind, but I'm looking at stuff like, but Lord, do you see that? Do you see what's going on? Do you see how I'm feeling? And it was rough. It was very, it was emotionally abusive,
right,
financially abusive, spiritually abusive. It never got physical, but all of that was just
more than enough.
Yes, it was more than enough. So, that challenged me. And I'm like, I really don't like this person right now, but I'm because I love you, Lord, I feel like I need to stay here and I need to do what what I need to do. But it was to my detriment, I thought.
That you didn't say anything?
That I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. All I heard was submissive, and you're not being submissive because you're not doing what I'm asking you to do, and what would the church say? People would use the church. That was real.
But how do you, I want to hear from Willie, because Willie is a married man, and, with men, they take on another role of that word submission versus us as women, because I'm with you. I think Portia with you too, like, what you talking about? Don't go on with that. So from a married male's point of view, how does that work? Was it a discussion you all had?
It wasn't so much a discussion, and I think through my experience, what I found is that there's been a paradigm shift. Women have come a long ways from the household. Women are education-wise, they're very independent. Education, they're pretty much leaving men in the dust, especially when you start talking about minority men. So it's been a paradigm shift.
You say that bitterly.
Well, no, because I'm taking PhD classes myself, so I'm up there with you guys. You're not gonna leave me. I'm up there with you. But I think with women taking that more independent role, they would need to redefine what submission means to them, because it is a very beautiful word. It's a handful of words that you can say to a woman that'll flip the switch. And I won't name the other four, but one of them is submission. And for some reason you say something about submission, no matter how you say it, they jump on the defense. I'm not submitting to no one. And it might be because of situations they had watching their parents or situations they've been through. But now you have a problem to where it destroys the household. Yeah. And now the order is out. And that's the problem with a lot of minority households, is that the order is out now. There's too many people wanting to be head of household. And really going to put one name on the income tax form. But everybody wants their name up there. But as a married man, it kind of just came. It just kind of fell
in line.
Because, with your wife.
I think because you have the mentality of, like your role, you guys define your roles within your relationships, right? You guys understood the traditional roles of what a man is supposed to do, and how a woman is supposed to be inside the role. And before we get into that conversation, we're gonna take a break from our sponsors, okay?
Maybe it's the place, or it could be the pace, or the personal attention that makes the difference, whether you're a freshman or making a fresh start. Find what matters at Florida State University, Panama City, the FSU that fits you.
Fill your cup with What's in Your Cup, a new talk show airing this fall, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on ABC 27. Wake up with Trinika, Portia, and Willie. Information with inspiration and some biblical truth at the heart of it all. That's What's in Your Cup.
Welcome back, cup lovers, and if you're just now tuning in, we've been talking with Pastor Nicky of the HD Church in Tallahassee, and we've been talking about power struggle, understanding submission, and we left off with Willie telling us about the paradigm shift that's happened in relationships and how women and men are no longer in those traditional roles, right? So it's now, and I think now that's really why we're having an issue. Mostly, I don't think mostly women. I was gonna say we all kind of have an issue with that word.
It's not an issue.
Not mostly women.
And I was gonna say it's it's kind of happening. I'll say like 65, 35 y'all, but.
But it has become sort of a problem with the whole submitting and everything. It's become a problem, I think, to a lot of men. Willie, just To be honest,
Right.
because women have been placed in roles in which they weren't really necessarily created to be in. You know, as the sole provider, single parents, running their own businesses and things like that. You know, we can do those things, but there are situations that come up that really pushes us to get to the front of the line. Because you have to take care of your children. You have to keep moving forward or whatever. With me, I went through a very bad relationship in the past. And now I'm in a good, safe place. I don't want to look back at that experience and bring negative vibes into this one because of that.
Right.
So I had to God had to deal with me. I mean, really, really deal with me. Because after that divorce, something rose up in me. It was the Holy Spirit, but he rose up in me. And I was just like empowered. Okay. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do me. Now is my time. I need a website. Now is my time.org. I'm taking my life back. I'm going to, do everything that God has ordained for me to do. And so I started doing that. Then I meet my husband now. And he, I'm working in my field. Here you come. You coming in my field.
Right. You
so
like that
look,
woman,
you
like
might
you
need
said.
to submit. So God had to deal with me.
So on every level.
You know, and
I
really,
was gonna say it's like he who finds a wife finds a good thing. He had to find you doing the
He
thing that
found
you were doing. He had to find you
Right.
being the wife.
Right,
in
but that wasn't easy.
But I wanted to make comment to, the single women as well. Going back to what we are discussing about, women's roles have changed because now they're the head of their household.
Right.
And, as a single mother or a single woman, you're used to your own, you pay your bills, you're doing these things. And it's very hard to, I don't want to say transition, that's a great word.
Right.
Transition now to someone coming in, and it's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's just now you got to relinquish that role of the head of the household as a single person and a single mother, and I can kind of
see that and that's the thing right there. Just the word you use is relinquish, and that goes along with terms of females thinking they have to give up something, and that's what the problem is. Even every year there's a female anthem song, and always goes towards independent. And it's kind of hard for a man to come into a household, and like you said, women are building themselves up now. And for a man to meet you now is meeting in a place of professional or educational place to where you're on that balanced playing field. And it's hard. You have females all the time saying, oh, I can do it on my own, or I got my own.
Maybe that's a cover up.
Make it on my own. Well, it could be that, but no man wants to constantly be reminded.
But that's a defense mechanism.
Reminded of his place.
That's true, Willie, and you know what? I had
you
to
better
come
know
to
it.
grips.
You better memorize it.
But I had to come to grips with that with my husband because even if I didn't set my husband out, even if I didn't say it, everything about me, really showed it. But the thing about it is that
stop checking these
men have to be secure in who they are. You have to be secure because right now, my husband and I pastor the church together. We're one. Right. So there's no co-pastor and I'm not first lady. I'm the only lady. So, bam!
That's what's in your cup.
But you have to watch what you say and what you call yourself.
Right.
Your words are so powerful.
Right.
So
I agree.
we're doing this thing together. And with me being in ministry for 11 years, been licensed, ordained, and walking this thing out for 11 years, and my husband who has been in the church for a long time, but not really ministry. And I've traveled, I've been trained, I've seen.
So how do you submit in that, or like how do you feel like your role is as being submissive plays into that relationship?
Because you coming in with a lot,
right? Obviously it's a great relationship, and he's a strong man to be able to deal with a strong woman like you. So how do you guys balance that out?
To be honest with you, it's hard. Okay. It's very hard. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not. It's hard.
For who? But the whole relationship?
It's hard for both. Okay. Because he's a strong man. He was married before his first wife passed away. And so it's hard because we're both coming in, and he knows he's my husband is 9 years older than I am.
Okay.
So he has this thing like
Grown
I'm
man.
a grown man.
Okay,
I'm a grown man, and then this little young thing you come telling me what, and I'm like, look, hey,
Right.
hey, you don't.
Tell him.
But what happens is that when you think about God's vision, God, we didn't do this. See, I didn't go look for him. He wasn't looking for me, but he found me. We came together. So obviously it's something that God wants to do. It's God's vision. It's God's church. So we're submitted to God. And even though we have those power struggles, sometimes I'm going to tell you, because I'm strong-willed, he's strong-willed, but at the end of the day, what is it that God wants us to do? And so we have to come back to that.
Right.
But my thing is that men have to be secure. I'm here to help you. And like someone said earlier, it doesn't matter who get to the finish line first. We both win.
Right.
And so that's what, I say that all the time. Look, I know I'm doing things, I'm on TV ministry, I'm traveling, I'm doing a lot. Babe, look, we both winning. I'm here. I'm your woman. I know, they may be looking, they see, but we're here every day. I'm yours. My last name is Collins, So that's the way you have to look at it.
And that can be an intimidating thing. I would like for a man to see his significant other out doing so much and want so much. That could be an intimidating thing to a man because of a lot of things we face as black men, as
men,
minority men, period, out there. That is always a roadblock after roadblock. So to come home after so much failure, and then to see the wife thriving and doing everything, and Lord forbid she come home and say you're not doing enough.
Right.
So my question to you would be, how do you get a younger female or a female that's in a single female to get to where you're at without so much time passing and going through so much, because you'll waste a good man after good man after good man while you're growing to learn how to accept the role of submission?
That's a great question.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
You are so
And I will.
But you know what? That's going to require a lot more time to answer that. And so we will come back with the answer to that question after a break from our sponsors.
How many of y'all feel positive out there? Well, right now, what we want to do is we want to get everybody together all over the world as we get this thing started, something like this.
Yo, this is Jay Sweet with Team BNZ.
This is Imani Person reporting for Brand News.
Yo, what's really good? What's in your cup? What's up, T, Portia, and my man Willie? And
hello and welcome to Brand News, where hip hop has a new direction. I'm your host, Christopher Martin, better known as Play, and this is Brand News and Reviews, where we share a couple of the great stories reported in our News to Know section at brandnews.com about individuals and events making a difference around the world. That's right, around the entire planet and even up the street.
I want to show a positive side of hip hop. But not necessarily to just promote just hip hop.
That if it's something that you have maybe put down to the side or maybe forgotten about, or maybe you get into the day-to-day activities of work and keeping up with the children and their activities, we want to encourage you to pick it back up again and try to follow your goals and dreams again.
Yes, Revolutionary Expressions is on a mission to teach students discipline, confidence, character, communication, and how to display positive and meaningful productions and messages through dance and drama enrichment and experiential learning. We go out and we work with students from kindergarten all the way up to middle school age range, and we teach them how to dance, and we show them how to do certain movements, help them gain confidence in these movements, and then we want them to showcase it for the people in their community and their parents and, their grandpas and grandmas and people who they would make proud. The way the name came about, the way the idea came about for Revolutionary Expression is by me personally, being revolutionized. My life was changed and revolutionized by having a relationship with God. Got saved, had a relationship with God, and now I wanted to turn around and express that to the world. Revolutionary expressions is when one person is revolutionized from the inside and want to express it outwardly but it has to be something positive. So say for instance, I have a student who decided they want to drop out of school, they just want to maybe sell drugs or do something in the streets. And they've been changed on the inside. They've been inspired in some type of way. And then they want to go out and express that to the world. They want to express it through their character. They want to express it in how they communicate with individuals. They want to express it through whatever productions they decide to put on.
It takes teamwork, effort, and all you do and all you need is have a lot of energy too, like I have. So get into it.
The reason why we have revolutionary expressions is to give positive messages in a time where there are a lot of negative messages that people are displaying on TV through the art form.
How revolutionary expressions promotes leadership is, number one, through this. If you as an individual decide to express your God-given talent the way that you were naturally able to express it, that makes you set apart from the rest of the crowd. Or for example, a lot of the students in the dance, as we were getting going, they wanted to do the nene, this new dance that came out. Now, to be honest, I can't stand the nene dance, but hey, they like it, I love it. However, it won't be in none of our dance routines. It won't be in it won't be in any of our productions. Why? Why wouldn't I do it? Because everybody's doing it. Why don't you do something that's different? What is it that you have to create? What is it that you have that maybe can go viral on YouTube? Somebody else did it, you can do something else different too, if you just stand out. But if you continue to do what everybody else is doing, you're gonna fit into the statistical mode.
And I liked how you trained us how to do, be perfect, but not everything's perfect. But you trained us to do very hard, and I love how our dance turned out to be.
This What's in Your Cup brand news and review segment was sponsored by The Corner Barbershop, located in the Governor Square Mall in Tallahassee, Florida.
Your cup with What's in Your Cup, a new talk show airing this fall, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on ABC 27. Wake up with Trinika, Portia, and Willie. Information with inspiration and some biblical truth at the heart of it all. That's What's in Your Cup.
Welcome back to What's in Your Cup. Today we're here with Pastor Nicky, and we're discussing power struggles and understanding submission. Mm-hmm. Now, when we left off, Pastor Nicky, I had a question for you, and my question basically was, how do we skip over that developmental stage with most females and get to where you are now without having to go through various stages of men and different things? How do we get to that point now? Fast forward.
Well, actually, everyone has a process they're going to go through. You know, my process is different from Portia's and Trinika's or whatever, but everyone has a process. But we can learn quicker. In situations, if we're first submitted to God, we cannot do it outside of God. When you out looking, you single ladies, when you're out looking for a man in all the wrong places, you're going to expect to get the wrong man, So that's number one. And then number two is that you have to become what you want. You have to be that. You can't look for this super nice guy that's gonna treat you well, that's gonna, be willing to go all out for you if you're not that person. Mm-hmm. So that cuts out a lot of the what I went through, because I was rebellious. I wanted what I wanted instead of wanting what I needed. See, a lot of times if you want what you need, then you will look back and say, that was what I wanted all the time.
Well, Trinika brought up a good thing. She said when you're having the issues, you don't stop.
You don't stop.
That's well, good. I just want to add, because it's almost time.
Okay.
I see this lovely book right here. It's called 30 Days of Change.
Yes.
And can you just give us I know it's a devotion. Just give us what we can expect out of this book real briefly.
Well, what you can expect out of this book, 30 Days to Change, it's a devotional. And basically with this, every day there's a challenge for you. Not for your boyfriend, not for your husband, not to point the finger at anyone else. But this is a 30-day challenge for you to do something to help get you to the next level in your life. A lot of people are stuck. Come on. And this is simple. I can take this to an elementary school and the kids will understand. It's very practical. Okay. Very practical. And
so where can our readers find it?
They can lifeinthenow.org. Nowismytime.org. Right. So I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nicky Collins. Nicky Collins.
Nicky Collins, okay. And so if our viewers wanted to check out your show, What's in the Now, they can also go to lifeinthenow.org.
Lifeinthenow.org.
So all of your episodes are there every day. They can contact you there as well.
Yes.
Awesome. What about like HG Church? Where can we go to visit that?
Oh my God, yes.
It just opened.
Well, no, we've been open since January.
No, a new building.
We just got a new building.
Awesome.
We're gonna. Thank y'all so much. Our first service in our new building will be New Year's Eve. So we're gonna have a Millennium service in Millennium Park. Okay. That's where our new building is. But right now we're at 2809 Sharon Road.
It's been a great discussion with you, Pastor Nicky. And for those of you who who've been with us the whole time, if you want to share this video, please check us out on What's in Your Cup TV on Facebook. You can go to our website, www.what'sinyourcuptv.com. You can also check us out on YouTube at What's in Your Cup TV. Again, Gmail us.
What's in Your Cup TV?
What's in Your Cup TV at gmail.com. And also share our videos, like them. Hit us up on Twitter, WIYC. Right, or tweet us, or whatever. But anyway, we love you guys, and thank you so much for being with us. This is Portia, Trinika, Willie, and Pastor Nicky, and this is What's in Your Cup.